Hi, this is El from Albopepper.com. Today I'm about to retire my oldest and my prototype SIP 30-gallon tote. First one I ever made. This is made out of polypropylene. It's that recycled number 7. So I'm not saying that's the one you should use, but that's the one I wanted to try. And one thing I can tell you is that over time, with the sun constantly beating down on it, this plastic starts to get very brittle. So there may be other plastics that are UV resistant, more so than the polypropylene, and so you may want to try a different plastic if you're going to build one of these totes. But as you can see, these can crack and then the sides will start to kind of swell out. But I'm doing this in a deconstruction method where I'm actually taking it all apart and recovering some of the parts in it. So I've already pulled up all that mix, and I'm going to use it in other things. Here is the downspout that goes into the water reservoir, and you can see how putting this on the end piece of a bottle, it allows you to put a hose there to be able to fill it up, but the water funnels pretty nicely straight into this smaller PVC. Now in particular, what I want to show you is the way that I set up the aeration chamber for this. All I have is potting mix right on top of these corrugated perforated drain pipes. There was no, and I did not use any fabric, any type of mesh or anything to filter out the potting mix as though it's going to fill up this sub-irrigated pipe. So what I want to do is remove one of these sub-irrigated pipes and take a look inside to see if that caused any issues. So let's pull this up. Now this is the first one I'd ever built. Look at how these roots from random plants that have grown in here over the years, these actually went all the way down to the very bottom of this container. So no doubt these ones that were submerged in water acted more as a water root. And so this pipe is completely wrapped and encased in these roots. So did the roots penetrate the perforation? Because you can see this is perforated. This has slots in it that allows for the exchange of gases. Well, it slides off pretty easily. Let's see what's inside of this. But first, I do want to point out on the ends, to prevent potting mix from needlessly going in to the ends where it's cut, I used a synthetic landscaping fabric and some duct tape, and that's how I capped these off. It's very simple to do, not really a big issue, and I think that worked adequately for keeping these sealed. But how much potting mix and how many roots are inside of here? Let's rip one open and look. Well, look at that. I mean, look at that. You can see light at the end of the tunnel. Let's see how much comes out. That was it. Essentially, this stayed completely hollow. This didn't get all filled up with mix, with silt and sediment. So what that tells me is when you see tutorials using corrugated perforated drain pipes in SIPs, and you see them using this fancy fabric and all this stuff that's laid in there to try to protect these, to me, that's an unnecessary step. It just complicates the procedure, and it actually kind of clouds from some of the more important components, so that people are more worried about that than some of the other things that are more vital to having a system like this that works really well. This tote, I've been using it for years. This is the first one that I've ever made, and so plant after plant after plant has been grown in this, and that tube is empty. I'm willing to bet that if I pulled up these other tubes that I would find the same thing. And I can already tell this one here, it's very light, so I know it's hollow too. Yep, same with this one. See that there really isn't much of anything in there. If anything, I think there's just very tiny amount. Let's see what, actually let's do this. Let's see how much comes out. Oh, it's like a little piece of poop or something. So there you go. If you don't put that fabric around this, after the course of maybe 4 growing seasons, you might have this much mass that will accumulate in one of those. Of course, putting the fabric in there still doesn't mean that you won't end up getting this. It could still be in there anyways. But yeah, all this is actually just some bunches of roots. This isn't even any silt or sediment really that washed in there. So I just wanted to debunk that little piece of instruction that you'll find on a lot of sites, even videos. You might be making it more complicated than you need to. I did all of my totes this way without using anything to wrap the pipes, and all of these have performed very well for me. So thanks for watching me deconstruct my first 30-gallon tote. Time to retire this one, but I'll still be using more. If you want to see a step-by-step tutorial on how to build this, and actually when I did build this very one, go to my website, albopepper.com, check it out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, and thank you for watching this video.